I'd like to welcome you all to our annual Yom Ha'Zikaron Yom Ha'atzmaut program. This year, our program is dedicated in memory of Ralph Goldman. I know that everyone is hungry because you have the tantalizing smell of barakas and falafel balls. So I promise you that our program will be brief, but hopefully very meaningful, because I would never get in the way between you and food. Yom Ha'atzmaut, Israel's Independence Day, is celebrated annually in the Jewish calendar on the 5th of Iyar, the anniversary of the establishment of the State of Israel, which fell out on May 14, 1948. With the establishment of the State of Israel, Jewish independence was restored after 2,000 years. Nonetheless, that very night, 5 neighboring Arab states attacked the fledgling state. Miraculously, the newly formed Israel Defense Force managed to push them back and gain territory. This was known as the War of Independence, and Israel paid a high price in terms of soldier and civilian casualties. Yom Ha'atzmaut begins the moment that Yom HaZikaron, Israel's Remembrance Day for the fallen soldiers of Israel and victims of terrorism, ends. Yom HaZikaron is dedicated to the memory of those who gave their lives for the achievement of the country's independence and continued existence. Yom HaZikaron always precedes Yom Ha'atzmaut to remind people of the heavy price paid for independence and what was achieved with the soldiers' sacrifice. In Israel, there's a drastic change in mood. As people go from mourning those fallen for the state to rejoicing and celebrating Israel's statehood. On the eve of Yom Ha'atzmaut, an official ceremony is held every year on Har Herzl in Yerushalayim. The ceremony includes a speech by the Speaker of the Knesset, Israel's parliament, a dramatic presentation of soldiers carrying the flag of Israel, forming elaborate structures such as a menorah, the Star of David, and the number which represents the age of Israel, and the lighting of 12 torches, one representing each of the 12 tribes of Israel. The entire country is decked out in blue and white Israeli flags, decorate balconies, car windows, and storefronts. Yom Ha'atzmaut is a public holiday in Israel, and the parks and beaches overflow with families and groups of friends, relaxing, rejoicing, and enjoying barbecues and picnics. Frequently, the Israeli Navy and Air Force put on special shows for the public. In the diaspora, Yom Ha'atzmaut is often marked by parties and special programs and of Israeli dancing at local synagogues and community centers. Today, we at JDC join as a community to commemorate Yom HaZikaron and celebrate Yom Ha'atzmaut.
It is my pleasure to introduce Eliran Douenias. Eliran served as an officer in the IDF from 2005 to 2012. He has led young ambassadors' delegations to the UN headquarters. He co-founded Olam, an Israeli social enterprise organization, and was selected to participate in Kriyat Kivun, a unique program of the Israeli Prime Minister's Office for Young Leaders in the Public Sector. In 2014, Eliran received his master's degree in law at Bar Ilan University and was appointed as vice chairman of the youth division for the Israel Communication and Press Association. This year, Eliran is serving as the JDC Ralph I. Goldman Fellow, a premier leadership opportunity awarded to one person annually. During his service, Eliran will work with JDC staff in 2 or 3 countries and will learn from top professionals about JDC's global impact. He is currently based in Germany, where he is assisting the local European staff in identifying opportunities for JDC to work with local community. Just last week, we mourned the 6 million lives lost during the Holocaust. Today, we commemorate Israel's fallen soldiers and celebrate the country's independence. Eliran is a beautiful representation of perseverance in the face of loss, both as a former IDF soldier and now as a RIG Fellow, working to strengthen a diaspora community. Eliran will now join us via Skype from Germany to share some thoughts about this special day.
Shalom.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much, Ariel. Shalom lekulam. Hello, dear colleagues and friends. I'm very happy for this opportunity to be with you in Skype, if not in body. Here in Berlin, the weather is beautiful, and as you know, I'm here as part of my fellowship this year, and I will spend 2 months researching and exploring the emerging needs of the Jewish community in Germany as part of JDC's efforts to expand its impact here in the future. I have so much to say about this amazing experience, but today I would like to talk with you about Yom HaZikaron and Yom Ha'atzmaut. Just recently, I had a chance to reflect about this very subject during the Gaza War of 2014. Part of my army service was working with new immigrants, and I would often go and meet them overseas where they live, interview them, and would often be the one to decide whether these young people would be recruited. They were highly motivated and were aiming for the elite combat units. When I asked them about their goals, more than once I heard the phrase, Rak Matkal. Matkal, Sayeret Matkal, is one of the very famous elite commando units. My job was also to accompany them until they would find the right position and place. So I explained to them that many other positions, except the elite commando units, have a need for their quality and motivation, and could also give them a chance to shine. And they did get that chance. Many of those excellent young men and women eventually received honors from the President of Israel and from the IDF Chief of Staff. I was very proud of my work, but deep down I also had doubts. And this is why I'm sharing this with you today. I was conflicted when I realized my role in taking these young people from the safety of their homes, the support of friends and family, and bringing them into harm's way. I enabled them to put themselves in the danger of death. I fear that after all the troubles of making Aliyah, especially as lone soldiers, something bad might happen to them. Of course, they were aware of the dangers of combat, but still, my greatest fear was that they might fall in battle. There's a slight solace, Nechama Porta, as the Talmud says, in the last respect given to our troops. As lone soldiers away from their homes and family, I was troubled by the thought that there would be no one there to commemorate them. And as I said, I recently had a chance to reflect because during the Gaza War, 2 lone soldiers from the United States fell in battle. One of them is Max Steinberg. To my astonishment, not only that his death did not go unnoticed, but he was accompanied by tens of thousands of people that did not know him and came to honor his great sacrifice. Arvut Adadit, the Hebrew word for mutual guarantee, which is based on the quote, Kol Israel Arevim Ze Lazeh, came to life. I would like to honor Max and his family and to share this video with you.
שנהרג בתחילת השבוע באסון הנגמ"ש.
You now know why Max fell in love with Israel. It was all because of its people.
On behalf of our entire family, we want to answer the question on the minds of many people. Do we have any regrets that Max enlisted in the IDF as a lone soldier? The answer is an unequivocal no.
הוריו של מקס כאן בארץ בפעם הראשונה.
We initially said that we wanted to bring our son back home to Los Angeles. After further thought, we came to realize that was our selfishness. I just wanted him near me and wanted to be able to go see him every day if I needed to. But after being in Israel and seeing all the love and support and how he is treated and remembered here, we decided that Max needed to remain in Israel.
I didn't meet Max but I'm hearing lots of things about him. He sounds like a great man. It's important, all of those people who came, not everyone met him, but we came here to respect the family and to support them and to show them that they're not alone.
We came here because when someone dies in Israel, for Israel, he becomes a part of us, and he's never alone. And we had to show that. We have to show that to him. We have to show it to his family. He's now a part of us forever.
We have these brave heroes that come and made Aliyah and come to Israel just to serve this state.
We're all devastated by the desecration of Hashem's name with everything that's gone, and we want to feel that Max gave up his life, and soon peace will come for us and the rest of the world. There's a special solidarity in Israel. We've been around for so long that every person becomes a part of a living part of us. We're all like one living person, and every part of our flesh that is wounded and is hurt, it hurts all of us. We have no choice but to come. We have no choice because the pain is mutual for everyone here.
I come here to our Herzl for someone that I don't know, but for me is also a hero.
I feel a strange mix of grief and great pride as I reflect upon Max and his family. For me, this reveals the important role of commemoration. Memory has a vast resonance in Jewish and Israeli culture. Actually, there is more than a Memorial Day in Israel. It is more like a memorial month. In the month of Nisan, we celebrate Passover, the holiday that cherishes Jewish memory and history most of all. The focal point of the Seder dinner and the Haggadah is the mitzvah, the order, Veigadeta lebincha, and you shall tell your children. The Haggadah has a deeper interpretation of memory. It makes us not only to be aware of our history, but to relive it. As the Haggadah says, that in every generation, one is obligated to see himself as if he went forth from Egypt. I think this quote is the theme for that time of the year that begins with the Haggadah, continues with the powerful Yom HaShoah, and goes on to Yom HaZikaron, literally the Day of Memory. And it all concludes with the Independence Day. Our memory is both a burden and a source for strength. It is like the ancients knew the important role memory will have in the modern state of Israel. Like Max Steinberg, another Ole who came from the States was David ben Raphael. David made Aliyah in the early 70s with a great sense of pride and belonging to the global Jewish community and the states of Israel. He decided to devote his life to the Israeli people. He served in diplomatic posts in London and Chicago and at the Foreign Ministry headquarters in Jerusalem. David, along with 28 other people, was killed in the terrorist attack on Israel's embassy in Buenos Aires in 1992. David ben Raphael's father was Ralph Goldman. Ralph, one of JDC's greatest leaders, played a major role in building the States of Israel. He was advisor and friend to the likes of David Ben-Gurion, Shimon Peres, Teddy Kollek, and addressing the interests and needs of Jews throughout the world. Unfortunately, I did not have the pleasure to meet Ralph in person. I'm the first Ralph Goldman Fellow after he passed away. But I feel that JTC carries his spirit. I have heard from many of you, his friends and colleagues, that like father, like son, Ralph most of all was a real mensch. And I tried to show here how for the Jewish people grief often comes mixed together with joy. It is not surprising that when Ralph was asked in 2014 about what is unique about Yom Ha'atzmaut, this was his response. I want to thank you for your time and attention. Yom Ha'atzmaut Sameach.
So Ralph, the first question that I'd like to ask is there one Yom Ha'atzmaut that you can remember that's really, really stood out for you? Is there something that, a memory that really stands out in your years here in Israel?
Yes. I think the first one, in 1949. 1949, I came to Israel for the first Independence Day. Mm-hmm. And I came to the Foreign Office, and there he was, drinking brandy. And brandy I don't like. In any case, he was drinking the dufsha. Uh-huh. And who was dufsha? David Ben-Gurion.
Ah, okay.
My hero, too.
Yeah.
So I began to drink with him.
Uh-huh.
All I can tell you is I had a lot of drinks, and we both got high. And that was the beginning. So much so that in addition to the dancing that was going on, there was the informality of standing on the tables and dancing or clapping and so on. That was the night of, of First Independence Day night.
Mm-hmm. What to you is unique about how Israel celebrates Yom Ha'atzmaut?
I would say the most unique thing is that every Yom Ha'atzmaut has Yom HaZikaron the day before. Mm-hmm. That makes the country quite different. Mm-hmm. It starts with sadness to end with a celebration. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think, part of the Jewish travail.